Swadikap, good morning, and thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand, FM 88, and NBT World. It's Sunday, March 27th, and you're me, Suraphala Tharanarit. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has reiterated that the Civil State Housing Project, which has recently been endorsed by the Cabinet, will help reduce social inequality. During his nationwide televised address, General Prayut said the housing project is intended to reduce the social gap and raise the well-being of low and middle-income earners. Under the project, which will run for 2 years after Cabinet approval, 3 state-run banks, namely the Government Housing Bank, the Government Savings Bank, and Krung Thai Bank, are to provide home buyers with soft loans on the condition that each home is worth no more than 1.5 million baht. Those making home renovations are also entitled to apply for the loans. The Premier went on to say that the government had asked real estate companies taking part in the program to shoulder property transfer taxes, which account for 2% of the total price. They are also required to shoulder the registration fee, which is about 1% of the mortgage value over 2 years. The Thai Prime Minister has highlighted a government policy to stimulate prices of domestic rubber, while pointing out that the policy has been progressing satisfactorily. Speaking in his Returning Happiness to the People program on Friday, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha said the government's policies to trigger prices of rubber in Thailand had been implemented through various approaches, such as business matching and value creation. He said the implementation of these policies has proven successful, as foreign buyers from 40 different countries have increased their orders by 200%, with a total sale value of 50 billion baht. Countries which have recently shown their interests in Thai rubber include China, India, South Korea, Japan, the EU, the United States, African countries, and Middle Eastern countries. They have also signed a total of 8 agreements to purchase a total of 17.5 billion baht worth of Thai rubber. According to the Transport Minister, the government will finance the bullet train project, which has recently been scaled down. A recent meeting between Thai and Chinese high-level authorities concluded that Thailand would seek funds to finance the long-awaited high-speed train project itself, Transport Minister Akom Term Phithiyaphaisit revealed after his visit to the People's Republic of China. The rail route will cover Bangkok, Gangkhoi, and Nakhon Ratchasima with a length of 250 kilometers. The construction of other routes will be postponed for the time being. He said the government will cover the full cost of the project, estimated at 170 billion baht, adding that the construction will commence this year and is expected to begin operation in 2019. Despite the failure to reach a cooperation agreement with China, Thailand will continue to acquire Chinese technology for signaling and other systems, as well as the rolling stock. The National Reform Steering Assembly, or NRSA, is scheduled to table questions to be included in the upcoming public referendum on the draft charter next month. First Deputy Speaker of the reform body, Alongkorn Polabut, has made known that on Friday, April 1st, the NRSA will review all questions its 12 standing committees have gathered from their members. Once the questions are finalized, the final list will be forwarded to the National Legislative Assembly. Meanwhile, on March 29th, the NRSA is slated to deliberate a number of reform agendas, including the reform of state administration, the prevention of corrupt practices, and education reform. In addition, he said the NRSA would host a seminar on April 29th and 30th in Phetchaburi province to go over the body's performances during the past 6 months. The Ministry of Justice says the Royal Thai government places great emphasis on the issue of corruption. In the meantime, the National Anti-Corruption Commission, or NACC, says the corruption situation in Thailand has significantly improved. NACC Chief Police General Vacharapon Prasan Rachakit said thanks to the government's serious commitment to cracking down on fraudulent conducts, the number of corruption cases has lowered. According to the 2016 Corruption Perception Index released by Transparency International, Thailand is ranked 76th out of 168 countries around the world. Meanwhile, Minister of Justice General Phaiboon Kumchaya said the government had been working hard to stamp out corruption from the society. He says state officials must be more aware of the problem and under any circumstances must not allow corruption to take place. The National Broadcasting Services of Thailand, or NBT, is improving its news programs, making sure that they deliver the most up-to-date information to members of the public. Speaking after his meeting with NBT's Program Development Committee, Mamluang Panadda Desakul, Minister to the Office of the Prime Minister, said that NBT, which is supervised by the Government Public Relations Department, was in the process of improving its approach to presenting news to the public. He said the information given to the audience would be more precise, useful, and entertaining. NBT has a keen interest in developing its role as a reliable and trustworthy news agency accepted by the international community. In addition, he said he had instructed NBT officials to make sure that the language being spoken during news presentation is appropriate while maintaining the uniqueness of the Thai language. Thailand's exports soared by 10.27% in February, the first expansion in the last 13 months. According to Deputy Minister of Commerce Suwit Mesinsi, the value of Thai exports in February stood at $18.99 billion, representing a 10.27% increase month-on-month. The main factor contributing to the rise, he said, was the hike in the gold export volumes, which skyrocketed by 1,051% year-on-year, thanks to the increasing prices of gold in the world market. As a result, he said the total value of Thai exports in the month of February was the world's fourth highest, while noting that the Ministry of Commerce expects this year's export growth to be around 5%. The Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau, or TCEP, has introduced a new campaign to trigger the Thai MICE industry, which stands for Meetings, Incentives, Conferences, and Exhibitions. TCEP President Noparat Methawi Kunchai said TCEP, in cooperation with the Pitthong Langpra Foundation and the Thailand Incentive and Convention Association, was launching a project to promote Thailand's potential in hosting international conferences and exhibitions, in accordance with the government's policies to distribute wealth across the nation and ensure sustainability in the country's MICE sector. Mr. Noparat said the project would be introduced in 30 locations nationwide, including Bangkok, Prachuap Khiri Khan, Nakhon Phanom, Sakon Nakhon, Ratchaburi, Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Ayutthaya, and Ang Thong. The project is expected to bring an annual growth of 5% and generate more than 47 billion baht for the country. The advent of the eBiz Expo 2016 was announced on March 24, 2016. The exhibition for e-commerce businesses, scheduled for May 2016, is the second in a series of exhibitions first held in 2015. The exhibition is organized by the Queen Sirikit National Convention Center with the aid of both the public and private organizations, such as the Federation of Thai Industries, which recognize the importance of the development of Thai e-commerce businesses. The eBiz Expo 2016 aims at supporting the e-commerce business owners in Thailand. The exhibition is set to incorporate everything which the e-commerce entrepreneurs need to know to be successful in their businesses. The Thai E-Commerce Association, one of the guest speakers during the announcement, also hopes for this event to be the site of the first Asia E-Commerce Federation. Many of the e-commerce giants, such as the ASEAN Group, We Love Shopping, iTrueMart, and Alibaba, will be participating in this event. Over 10,000 visitors and over 170 million baht in trade value are expected. The eBiz Expo 2016 will be held during May 9th to the 11th, 2016 at Hall 1-3 of the Queen Sirikit National Convention Center. The Department of Agriculture is holding the 12th Asia-Pacific Orchid Conference in a bid to promote orchid cultivation. Newsline correspondent Kun Niranut Traijakwanit has this story.
I'm here at the 12th Asia Pacific Orchid Conference, where you can find orchids not only from Thailand but also from all over the world. This international orchid event has been held in many countries and cities, and this year it is being held in Bangkok, Thailand.
Somchai Chanarongkun, Director General of the Department of Agriculture, said that the Asia Pacific Orchid Conference, or APOC, is the biggest gathering of orchid enthusiasts in the international community. The objectives of the event are to promote awareness of orchid conservation and development of the orchid cultivation.
The main objective we try to show to the world the others orchid lover that in Thailand we have potential for orchid production, especially for the new variety of a hybrid orchid that we can produce and export to the world market. We have so many kinds of orchid, so many species that conserve in our country. That is the time that we can show to the world that we have so many species that can produce in any kind and if shape and color that they export to the world market. It depends on the need of the market.
Somchai added that one of the Department of Agriculture's main tasks is to actively get involved with the process of orchid restoration and conservation in order to save them for the next generation.
We try to conserve for a new variety, the variety, especially the wild variety, for the next generation. Because as you know that for orchid we need to produce a hybrid orchid. So many times, sometimes in the year around, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, we have to conserve the wild variety. It's really for the first of orchid that we get from the forest, from the jungle, and conserve it for just like we call it in some dendrobium, in some vanda. The original one is in department, and then we give our original one to the orchid grower, and then they can produce the new variety, which is good function of our department.
The event, which is held every 3 years, is organized by local, regional, national, or even international private, public, and non-government groups. Asia Pacific Orchid Conference, or APOC, is a significant activity to strengthen the orchid industry. The event serves as a venue where common practices in the development, hybridization, culture, and conservation of orchids are shared among orchid enthusiasts. I'm Niranut Traijakwanit reporting.
And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Before we take a quick break, let's have a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
ASEAN political and security community. Prevent being deceived. Prevent being forced. Prevent being injured. The problem of human trafficking in children, women and labor has been increasingly severe. Thailand and the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights are working together to get rid of these problems in order to be fully accepted by the international community. One vision, one identity, one community.
Pad Thai. Created from Thai wisdom, used to be served on banana leaf, and the banana tree is used for practicing Muay Thai. Muay Thai was trained in the temples, which can be found on the mountains, in the caves, or on the water, everywhere, just like Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in Amazing Thailand.
Welcome back to Newsline. Buriram Province would like to invite foreign tourists and Thai residents to experience the magnificent annual Phnom Rung Festival. Khun Panot Sisinsap has the details.
For many, Phnom Rung Stone Castle is not just a tourist site, but the sacred grounds of the Lord Shiva. It was constructed in the Angkor style, which prevailed during the 10th to the 13th century as a Hindu temple. 1,000 years later, it remains the most beautiful and best restored Khmer temple in Thailand. Its attraction, besides its authentic beauty, is a phenomenon that occurs only 4 times a year, when the sun's rays shine through all 15 doorways of the temple. Many believe that being able to absorb the rays can revitalize one's spirits. Being a holy place, every year, villagers have made a tradition of walking up Phnom Rung to worship. In 1991, made it an official ceremony of the province of Buriram. And 25 years later, the ceremony retains its special significance in the lives of residents, who now call it the Phnom Rung Festival. This year's Phnom Rung Festival will be held between 1st to 3rd April. The governor of Buriram Province, Seri Sihatrai, along with the Provincial Tourism Authority of Thailand, the head of Phnom Rung Historical Park, and other entities have announced their support of the coming event.
Every year we have this special ceremony called the Phnom Rung Festival to worship the holy place. This year is very special throughout the 3 days period. There will be parades of Phupatin Thara Raksami Tevi, which is the mother of Prince Narendrathit, who construct the castle, and the 10 divine vehicles. Miss Thailand World 1997, Suang Suda Lawan Prasert, is Phupatin Thara Raksami Tevi for this year. There will be a light and sound show telling the story of the stone castle, the construction of this holy place of Lord Shiva. We will also guide visitors in how to worship, while the event will take visitors back in time to see how people lived back then during the Khmer Kingdom.
This year, on April 3rd to 5th, visitors who arrive at the stone castle by 6 a.m. will be able to observe the national phenomenon, where the early morning rays of the sun shine through the 15 doors of the Phnom Rung Stone Castle. As the provincial governor says, the light will enliven the souls of the pilgrims. Panot Sisinsap, NBT World, Buriram.
Moving on to the international news, in Belgium, crowds of mourners gathered at a makeshift memorial outside the city's stock exchange yesterday to mourn the victims of Tuesday's attacks. Meanwhile, prosecutors have charged a man with terrorist offenses in connection with the incidents. At least 31 people were killed and 316 wounded after 2 bombs exploded at Brussels airport and one at Malbec metro station between the city center and the European Union headquarters. Belgium on Thursday lowered its security alert level 1 notch to 3 from the highest level 4, but security forces were still seen patrolling the streets of the Belgian capital. Meanwhile, prosecutors charged the man with terrorist offenses in connection with the attacks. The man may be a self-styled Belgian freelance journalist called Fikal Shafou, who was charged on Saturday with terrorist murder and has served time for conspiracy to murder, according to Belgian state broadcaster RTBF and other media, including European media group RTL. While his identity obscured by a floppy sun hat, glasses, and a beard in last Tuesday's airport picture has yet to be officially confirmed, prosecutors have arrested and charged Fikal C, who Belgian media say is Shafou. The relationship between China and the Czech Republic is at its prime. The Chinese ambassador to the Czech Republic told China Central Television in Prague just days before Chinese President Xi Jinping begins a 3-day visit to the country. Ambassador Ma Keqing noted that Czech President Milo Zeman has visited China twice in the past 2 years and attended commemorative activities marking the 70th anniversary of China's victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, including the military parade. He said these interactions have paved the way for the friendship between the two nations. China views the Czech Republic as an important nation along the Belt and Road, Ma said, adding that the Central European country has strong competitive edges. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani yesterday said that Iran had completed work on its side of a much-delayed pipeline pumping natural gas to Pakistan and would be in a position to provide gas to its energy-starved neighbor in a few months. Rouhani spoke at a news conference while in Pakistan for 2 days of talks focused on increasing Pakistan's electricity imports from Iran, boosting trade relations, and reviving plans for a pipeline between the two countries. He said Iran was already selling 1,000 megawatts of electricity to Pakistan and would increase this up to 3,000 megawatts. He added that Iran had built this pipeline up to Pakistan and was ready to deliver the gas to Pakistan at their borders. Dubbed the Peace Pipeline, the $7 billion gas project has faced repeated delays since it was conceived in the 1990s to connect Iran's giant Salt Pars gas field to India via Pakistan. India quit the project in 2009, citing costs and security issues, a year after it signed a nuclear deal with Washington. The United States had opposed Pakistani and Indian involvement, saying the project could violate sanctions imposed on Iran over its nuclear activities. Most of the sanctions were lifted in January in return for Iran complying with a deal to curb its nuclear ambitions. Britain's Queen Elizabeth II opened a brand new lion enclosure at London Zoo. The exhibit, which contains 3 female and 1 male Asiatic lions in a 2,500 square meter enclosure, is the zoo's largest ever. The zoo says that the exhibit will be used to help conserve the Asiatic lion's dwindling population. The 4 animals, male Banu, age 5, born in Magdeburg Zoo, Germany, and 3 sisters, Ruby, age 6, Heidi, and Indy, age 4, all born at London Zoo. Designers from the zoo spent 10 days in the town of Sasangir to attempt to recreate a similar habitat for the animals and visitors. The exhibit developers have recreated the marketplace from the town for visitors, with Indian tuk-tuks dotted around the enclosure. The public can step into a mock railway station with identical signs copied from Sasangir and watch Banu prowl across a train track. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or simply visit our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. For now, we're going to say goodbye with a female dog caring for 5 cheetah cubs who lost their mother. I'm Surapalao Tharanarit. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day. สวัสดีครับ